Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing a smile that wasn't yours. And that smile never fades. Maria had only just moved into her new home, a quiet little place on the edge of town, and she felt both excited and uneasy as night settled in. She brewed herself a warm cup of tea and curled up in the living room, letting the soft yellow glow of the lamp fill the corners of the room. For the first time all day, the house felt calm, almost too calm, and the silence made her aware of every creak and faint sound. She reached for the remote, planning to drown the stillness with music, but something pulled her gaze toward the window. Her breath caught in her throat when she saw it. A woman's face pressed against the glass, pale and expressionless except for a wide, frozen smile that stretched too far, too perfectly. Maria jumped, spilling tea across her lap, but when she blinked and looked again, the face was gone. Her chest tightened as she told herself it had to be her imagination, maybe a shadow or a trick of the light. Shaking, she closed the curtains quickly, trying to steady her nerves. The house fell back into silence, and Maria tried to laugh at herself, but the sound died quickly. Then it came again, a slow, deliberate tapping at the window, soft enough to make her wonder if she was imagining it, but steady enough to make her blood run cold. She froze, gripping the armrest, praying the sound would stop. For a moment, it did, but when she dared to peek through a gap in the curtain, her heart almost stopped. The smiling woman was still there, standing in the dark, her grin brighter, wider, and more impossible than before. Maria stumbled back, her pulse pounding, and the room seemed to grow colder as the smile stayed burned into her mind. Morning light filled the house, and Maria woke with sore eyes, unsure if she had truly slept or just drifted in and out of restless dreams. She told herself what she had seen the night before couldn't be real, but a cold unease clung to her skin. As she walked into the living room, something made her stop in her tracks. A single photograph lay neatly on her coffee table. She hadn't placed it there. Picking it up with trembling fingers, she stared at the picture. It was her, sitting on the couch, the lamp glowing beside her, exactly as she had been the night before. But her face was wrong. The smile stretched across her lips was too wide, unnatural, and her eyes were distant and lifeless, like they belonged to someone else. She dropped the photo and backed away, whispering to herself that it had to be a prank, some cruel joke. That's when she heard it, her name, faint and drawn out, spoken in a hushed, chilling whisper from the hallway. Against every instinct screaming for her to run, she stepped forward, the floor creaking under her feet. The hallway seemed darker than it should have been, shadows pulling tight against the walls. At the very end stood a tall mirror she didn't remember unpacking. Her heart thudded as she inched closer, and though she wanted to look away, she couldn't stop herself from staring into the glass. Behind her reflection, the smiling woman appeared, her grin sharper, her eyes hollow, leaning closer as if she could step through. Maria spun around, but the hallway was empty. When she turned back, her reflection was still smiling even though her real lips were trembling in fear. The light flickered, the smile held, and the story ended there. Forever trapped in her reflection. If that chilling smile gave you goosebumps, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Deep Epoch for more haunting stories that will stay with you. The smile never fades. Will you dare to watch again? Subscribe now. Deep Epoch.